Breaking travel news. Travel Talk with Phil Blizzard, talking to industry experts and decision makers.
Breaking travel news at the Arabian Hotel Investment Conference. Our focus now is Carlson Rezidor. Elie, thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Right, yes, good morning. And you're very lively. What have you been doing? A bit of sport?
I have been training this morning, then I went to the gym.
Yep.
And I had a nice breakfast and a panel. And here we are now.
I've got to be careful because he's a
sleep.
kickboxer, would you believe it?
Kickboxer, be careful.
Right, okay, on to business now, I suppose.
Please.
And looking at the pipeline development across the region for Rezidor. How is it looking?
We have 30 hotels in operation today and 30 plus under development. That is in the Middle East and North Africa. That excludes the African continent. Out of the 33 hotels, I would say maybe 25, 26 of those hotels will open by 2020, and maybe 4 will not happen for regions that we do not see today.
Sure,
in the meantime, we may pick up some conversion hotels. These are properties that are open already and that will join our system, but we don't know which ones there are today.
So how will your inventory grow then over, if you're sort of 50-50 at the moment?
Yes.
How many rooms are you likely to have once you get the other 30 on stream?
We would have a total of 60 hotels and around between 12 and 15,000 rooms.
And in terms of market segmentation?
We would have 50% upper upscale and 50% actually, 60% upper upscale and 40% our full service mid-scale. Our two core brands for growth in this part of the world are Park Inn by Radisson and Radisson Blu.
Sure.
So I would say 60% of the pipeline is Radisson Blu and 40% of it is Park Inn by Radisson. We're seeing an increased level of demand for Park Inn by Radisson because of the demographic change.
Sure, absolutely. So if we look at developments now from a geographical perspective, where's the key focus? Would it be Saudi Arabia?
Have you heard that before?
Once or twice.
It is. It is Saudi Arabia today for most investors and developers. Reasons being a huge market, lots of liquidity and lots of opportunity. Saudi Arabia has a huge scale. It's a massive country. It's the largest country in this part of the world, or on the Middle Eastern side. A lot of liquidity and a lot of opportunities, not only in the major cities, but also in the secondary cities. The Tabuk, the Arar, so all of the Jubail, all of those cities are experiencing now a growth period, and we're just tagging along with that.
And enhanced by the development of infrastructure, the railway systems.
Enhanced by the development of infrastructure, by the government commitment to grow the industry, and by liquidity of the investors. The investors are liquid and opportunities are there. I have to say the domestic market also helps in Saudi Arabia. It's a huge market.
It's huge, isn't it? Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
Domestic market for hotels is a big market.
Now we're talking here in Dubai and in the UAE, you're pretty well established, aren't you? And so much competition, of course. Is there room for you to expand?
Absolutely, and not because of it's us, because of the market. If you look at Dubai today, what it has done, it has proven itself as a unique machine that has a phenomenal ability to execute a strategy. If you look at the last 15 years, there's not one strategy that Dubai has put in place and has failed to execute it. What's the strategy today? Today, Dubai wants to expand significantly its airlift. And it's doing that by adding through its Emirates Airlines and Etihad Airlines. You know what's being added. We all know the airport additions, etc.
And Fly Dubai with new destinations.
Absolutely. Yeah. But it's also doing that through strategic projects, Expo 2020, the theme parks that it's doing. All of these economic development plans are on the way, which would ultimately generate more demand for hotel accommodations. The implications of that is more opportunities.
Of course.
For hotels. Today, Dubai has 70 million international arrivals. It toppled Heathrow last year.
Yeah,
the forecast is 120 by 2020. That means 10% growth per year. Supply is growing at 7%. That means that the gap of 3% for opportunity to grow.
A lot of figures there. Now let's finish off with mood. We're at the Hotel Investment Conference. What is the mood for investors and possibilities?
Excitement, strong vibe, looking to invest, looking forward, everybody. Of course, there is a prudent approach a little bit. There has been some recent corrections in the market because the nature of emerging markets suggests that during a longer period of time, there will be periods where supply is higher than demand, sometimes demand is higher than supply, and it's normal. What's happening today is there has been a little bit of oversupply, or a lot of hotels opened in Dubai for the last few months. But long term, everybody that I've met and have seen in Dubai has been extremely positive about the future of the market.
Elie, thanks very much for joining us here on Breaking Travel News, and thank you very much for your insights into developments across the Middle East region.
Thank you very much.